Good afternoon everybody and welcome to Wild Earth this afternoon, and certainly quite an epic lookout point here with the Drakensberg Mountains behind us. And as you can see, quite a lot of cloud here. It's all pulled in this morning, and there was a little bit of build-up and then blue skies, and then all of a sudden it was just cloud covering the whole sky. So it looks high enough. I don't think it looks like it's going to rain now. I thought from FC it looked like it might have done, but the cloud is quite high, so we'll see how we go. Keep your fingers crossed that if it does rain, it rains after drive. But we're here on the Sandy Patch area, and we've just been told that the cubs and Karula have just been found up basically where we were looking this morning, but just around by the pans. If you remember, if you were on drive this morning, there's some little pans that we went to visit, and it sounds like they may have just been a little bit further west from there. So we're going to see exactly where they are. Hopefully we can catch up with them now. So let's jump aboard and go and find them with, I think it's Texan that's with them. My name's Tara, and joining me on camera this afternoon is Becky, and back in front of control is Mark. So if you would like to send through any questions, please do. As I said before, it's always great to hear from you. Wherever you are in the world, it's always great to hear who we have on board and whereabouts you are in the world. So if you'd like to send them through to questions@wildersafari.tv. But let's jump aboard and see if we can go and find our favourite leopard family. Just to warn you, we might go through a little bit of a bad signal area. I'm not entirely sure exactly where they are, so we may lose you, but hopefully we'll get a chance to see them as they'll have signal. But it's actually, it's not too cold. It's actually fairly warm. That cloud has actually managed to trap a little bit of heat, I think. Now for this morning, we were told by the guides that it looked like Karula's tracks headed north. And it's possible that she actually did make a kill successfully somewhere, maybe even in Buffelshoek. But we found some drag marks going along the fire break and coming south. So we had a quick look. We just poked our nose in just to have a quick look because they look pretty fresh. But unfortunately we ran out of time. We wanted to get the vehicle back on charge as well. We thought, well, if we have to find her in the next 5 minutes after closing down, we'll be able to try and stay with her for a little bit. But as it was, we weren't successful, so we went back to camp. It sounds like Texan may have found, I think he said he found the cubs a little while after. But obviously there's quite a short space between morning and afternoon drive, so we have to get the vehicle back on charge to make sure we have a full afternoon drive. Sandy Patch heading north now. Where we turn off to the pans is just here. Let's see if this is where, yeah, looks like Texan's tracks also go. Let's just have a quick look. It might be a bit further up we need to go. That also turned in here this morning. Texan. Looks like tire tracks went this way. Maybe you can do me a favour because I'm not copying text in at all. Maybe if you can try and contact him and see if he can hear me. Let's say west of the Pans. Say head up towards Sydney's Dam. He's up that way. Okay. Just heard him. So I think we need to go a bit further up. Yeah, I think he's further up. Oh yeah, I think you need to just shout a little bit louder for me, Becky. Somewhere further up that side. Let's go a bit further up on the road then. One set local tracks heading in. I think we're a little bit too far now. Yeah, I think we are. Oh, he is just west. That's funny because he definitely sounded further north. Where did you think he? Yeah. Okay. Well, apparently he was. Yeah, he definitely sounded further behind us. Apparently you can see Voyatella access from where he is. Where we heard him, it's very odd. Like he was somewhere up here, but so he must have gone past the Pans then. Yeah, I'll give it another go then. I couldn't find any more tracks leading in from there. Maybe Voyatella access loops around actually, and that's why you can see Voyatella access from where he is. Because here's the water here on our left. So if he's saying he's just behind it, but where we were standing, it sounded like it came from further away. Unfortunately, we've got no radio contact. Here, because I'm convinced it was somewhere up here that we heard him. Yeah, it sounded like he's over there. Oh, have I? Apparently I've passed him a couple of times. Okay, see, I'm thinking he sounds further over that side now. Did you hear him, Becky? Sorry? Yeah, I definitely heard him. Yeah, there's the vehicle there on the road. So he's actually on the eastern side. Oh, is this Ephraim? This could be Ephraim. Oh, okay, apparently you can hear us. How's it, Ephraim? No, I've got no radio communication with Texan, but he's given me a couple of revs. He sounds like he's over there somewhere.
And the radio is not working very well.
No, I've got no radio contact. Mark's radioing him at the moment. But he said that I've passed him a couple of times. Yeah, well, the first time I heard him, he sounded further up that way, and I thought he might have been close to the road, so we went up, couldn't find any tracks going in. So I think he went in through here. There's some tyre tracks going around the back here, so maybe we'll give that a go. Hi, sorry. We Wild Earth Safari. It's TV, so it's www.wildearth.tv, but we are Wild Earth Safari. Yeah. So we're broadcasting live at the moment, so we're trying to find crew and the Cubs as well.
Take a shot of me. Take a shot of me.
Sure. Is it? It shows your claws. Oh, fantastic. Let me move out your way for you. Cool. Well, I'm going to turn around and try and come back in again. Oh. Sorry, Ephraim. Go on, do you want to pull back and then I'll pull around there? I think Ephraim's also struggling with the radios. It's not a great area for the radios, unfortunately. For that 2-track, it actually bends around the back here, but as I say, I got confused because it sounded like he was further up that side. wind changing, and this is why the animals also have a problem with the wind changing. It's, that's up again. Because the second time, it actually sounded like they were over there somewhere. It could have been Ephraim coming down here though. So that's where one set go. There's nothing really here going anywhere. I'll try up here. Apparently we did pass him though. It's just in the bush. Ah. Just a bit. If I pull forward just a little bit past this tree, we might be able to see her a little bit better. Oops. Can you see her there? Yeah, when you log on to the internet, there's actually an advert, and that's where we get most of our money at the moment. Myself and Mark are the guides, and then we have Becky and Herman as camera people. Well, at the moment that's it. That's all that's in camp at the moment. So. Yep, we go out twice a day, just like you're doing on your drives. But we've got a whole variety of people watching from across the world, from the US to Australia to India. It's amazing, and people can actually email in their questions. So as you can ask Ephraim anything, people on board can also ask me anything that they want to. They just send emails. Mark is actually back in fire control at the moment, so he's waiting for any questions that might come through, and I'll be able to answer them as they come through. Yeah, it is. It's good fun. So, and we're actually following this particular leopard family very closely.
And then when you guys aren't transmitting live, you show stuff that you saw that day over and over?
We do make diaries of highlights of what we've seen, and there's a promotional video on at the moment, so that just continually, so it'll introduce you to the crew, and introduce you to some of the animals that we see regularly and things like that, and the times that we're going out. So yeah.
Fantastic. And most of your advertising is coming from where, like Coke and stuff, international big.
Not at the moment. We're on Ustream. We've linked up with Ustream, but yeah, a lot of our promotional things actually comes from word of mouth a lot of the time. But yeah, we're hoping to go onto TV as well, so hopefully that will take off. So yeah.
The advertising, are you getting good? A lot of people to do advertising with you?
Yeah. I think I'm not too sure how it works, but you do get a lot of advertising going through on the videos and things. So yeah, no worries. Definitely. Now while Karula's with the cubs, we are able to have 3 vehicles. Karula's very relaxed around the vehicles as well, and she's going to pass on the good vibes, so to speak, when she's around the vehicles with the cubs. But if the cubs are on their own, that's where the 2 vehicles come in, just to make sure that the cubs stay relaxed. You don't to put too much pressure on them. I can't see any remains of a kill at the moment, but again, she may not have put it in a tree, she may have just hidden it away, and it could just be stashed just out of sight somewhere. But their bellies are looking a little bit fuller than when we last saw them. That's the little girl there. Nice one, Becky. She's gonna jump into that pic. Hi, Stacey in Melbourne. Good afternoon to you. And just wanting to know if Karula's family tree, how does everyone fit together? Because you've heard us mentioning the father. And is this Karula's first litter? Now this is Karula's 3rd litter. And she's 7 years old now, just over 7 years old. She was 7 in March. I'm just thinking maybe we need to just pull forward slightly, because Karula's just at the base of the tree as well. Oh, the little girl's going to move. Let me just move forward quickly while she's still... She's actually... We found a nice big branch to drive over. So Karula's first set of cubs was when she actually conceived when she was just around 2.5. And that was Saseka and Tingana, who you may hear us talk about. And those 2 girls are on the fringes of her territory, so she may come into contact with them. And she was actually putting a lot of pressure on Tingana at one stage. I'm not so sure she's doing too much now, but certainly a while ago there was a lot of clashes between them we were hearing about. And then you may hear us talking about Mishu and Induna. Now those two very much in a playful mood this afternoon. And Mishu and Induna, her second litter, the two males, again just over about 2.5 years old now. So this is her third litter, and they're just around 8 months old now. And occasionally Yambili Odan pitches up, which is the father. We've seen her mating with him on a couple of occasions in August last year. The boys listening as well. And he was also believed to be the father of Mishu and Induna, especially through some interactions that were seen with Karula and him and the boys as they were growing up. And there's a bit of a debate as to who is the father of the girls. It could be Yambili Odan, it could be Mafufanyan. It's funny to see how bold this little male gets when mum's around. He's probably got within 3 meters of us, just by himself. And Karula and her daughters just run off into the bushes just behind the tree, so I'm wondering if they're going to come back this way. Hi, Christopher and Suzanne. Good afternoon to you. And welcome on board. I hope you're enjoying seeing the cubs this afternoon. Christopher wants to know how old will the cubs be when they leave the mother. That can be, depends on the character of the cubs. If they're quite bold and adventurous, they might leave Karula a little bit earlier. But Mishu and Induna are probably about 21 months old, so just over 1.5 years old when they started ignoring Karula's calls. Because she'll keep bringing them food or bringing them to food. There's the little male again. He's going to go and see what his mum's up to. Thought they might just come back this way. Sometimes they can leave the mum as early as 1 year old if they really are quite bold and adventurous, but usually it's around 1.5 to 2 years old. But every leopard's different. She would move. Okay, let's see if we can go a little bit further forward. Franklin, I think, startled by the little female. I'm just going into here. Again, at this age, the cubs should be starting to catch their own food, and I think that's what's what's on the female's mind, the little female. And hopefully by the end of the month, the cubs are going to have names. Cub names. I think probably by the first week of August. Hi, Karen. Where did they go? Bush. I can still see them. I thought they went off this way. Sorry, you can see one. Okay. This is going to be the only way we can really go. Yeah, because I thought Karula had actually gone further that side. Oh yeah, I can see now. And I think we're going to be having this problem in this area, so every time we move we're going to get black screens, so do bear with us, and hopefully as we stop we're going to see them. Oh, there's a cub just in the tree just in front of us. Oh, there's Karula. She's going just to our left there, look. Cub's out of the tree now, she's going to follow her. Oh, and here comes one of the cubs. We need two cameras. Here comes both cubs. Female first. There we go. Little boy not too sure, but following his sister now. And already there's a little bit of a size difference with the male and female. Hi Sarah, good afternoon to you. Wanting to know is the white on the back ears for them to detect, for the cubs to detect The mother in the bush. And it's for any leopard, whether it's the cubs or the parent. But the white on the tip of the tail will also help them to follow the mother through the bush. Go around the back of the tree there. It's a quite thick bush, so I wonder if we'll be able to keep up. Right.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mark in Final Control. We are, I guess, you could say, on the extreme edge of our broadcast capabilities where Karula is at the moment. So this means that we are losing signal periodically. It looks like Tara has followed them beyond where we can broadcast from. So I'm just waiting for the signal to come back again, and we will be live with the PM Safari quite shortly. Please be patient, and, well, thank you for your patience. I'll talk to you shortly. Bye for now.
Welcome back, everybody. And unfortunately, we've had to just leave the cubs. Signal. Another while, but they've literally just decided to stop. It's just right area. We did pop out there. It was exciting going off road and never knowing where exactly it would pop out, but having an idea. Just in case you weren't able to follow what I was saying, unfortunately the cubs stopped just on that cusp of where we're able to broadcast from. So we did try and move around and see if we could get a better signal, but unfortunately it wasn't working. So we're going to leave them to their own devices. Gone a little bit further north. Maybe we can just quickly check. Sometimes we do get signals. We go down towards Sydney's Dam, and maybe we might be looking at Karula again. At least we're able to catch up with them for a brief moment, which is always good. See how we do here, because it could be she was just crossing the road, because I think she left the cubs behind. The cubs kind of had the look about them we following Mum or are we not? I think she might have just left them. Is that her there? Just up ahead of us. I think that's her. Yeah, it's her. She's going towards Sydney's Dam. Stations, if anyone can copy me, I've relocated Karula. She's slumbering towards Sydney's Dam. Oh. That's interesting. Yeah, I think my radio is not working in this area. About here. So this was thick bush again. It looked like she was looking across this way. I think she's just here. There she is. There she is. She's just here. Franklin's just flown off. I can see her tail twitching. Oh, she's coming this way. Are we back again? She's walking this way, so hopefully if we get on high ground we might be able to see her again. Come on, can you come this way, please? Yeah. This way. Back here a little bit. See where it is that she's going to go. Can you see her through the bushes there? Here she comes.
Are we live?
Yeah.
What is this picture? No, she's hiding.
Okay. Unfortunately, we're just on the edge of our signal range. Karula's actually slowly walking this way. So I'm just trying to get into a position that we are going to be able to see her and that we're going to have a nice signal area when we do see her. Here she comes. She's coming out of the bush here. Yep, just there. There she is. I wonder if she did lose her kill then, or maybe it was just something very small. As I say, her belly does look fairly big. Okay, I'm going to move back again into this block here. At least we keep going into higher ground, which is good. come right past us. Or she's going to carry on. Hello, lady. There she goes. It's crossing over now. The crowned lapwings have spotted her. Although she's walking with her tail up, so she's... I'm going to just pull back a little bit so we can see her again. So she's not in hunting mode at the moment. She was back there, but she has to cross this open patch. I think she decided, well, not really anything out here for me to really have a go at trying to hunt. She goes. So she's just on Buffelshoek at the moment. Let me just pull back a little bit more. Apparently the cubs are closer to the gate, so she has left them there. Shame. The cubs really were like, are we following your mum or are we staying here? So I don't know, maybe her belly's not looking as full as I thought it was back there. So maybe she lost her kill. Maybe hyena found her. Or maybe she gave what she had to the cubs and she just had a little bit herself just to keep her going. It wasn't enough to fill her. Yeah, if you can, please. I think we're gonna lose her visuals through here. She's heading into the bush there. Can just about see her. She's heading north. She keeps heading north. Mark, if you can just tell Tex I've still got her visual, but she is moving. She's just gone behind those trees there. She's directly in line with me, but behind the trees. Okay, well at least we got a chance to see her again. But there she goes. Unfortunately we're not able to go on that side of the property. That's Buffelshoek. So this is Buffelshoek cut line we're on at the moment. So we are going to have to leave her. It looks like she's going further and further in. I'll keep my ear to the radio just in case something happens. You know, she's left the cubs and she makes a kill, and she may bring the kill over here. Depends on if she's successful that side and how successful, how deep in she goes. But just goes to show, leopards never know when their next meal is going to come. Hence why, as soon as she can, she eats, and then she leaves the cubs and goes to find the next meal. So the cubs haven't got too long to wait. If we do have any new viewers, that is our resident female leopard, Karula. Most of the territory incorporates where we can drive, which is about, with the signal, about 800 hectares. But we can drive a little bit further. As you saw, we're just right on the boundary of our signal area. And some days, it depends on the cloud cover, I think. Some days we've got good signal in that area, and some days we don't. That was quite a good day. We actually got a bit further than what I thought we were going to get. But I think Karen was asking about the names, and just in case anyone missed it, I think there's a lot of breakups there. We are hoping that the cubs are going to get names this month. It should be the end of this month, beginning of the next month, because usually it's after about a year and a half, because cub mortality is pretty high. And some of you might know White Cloth's son. He's about 2.5 years old. He's just about a month behind Misha and Duna, and he's only just been named as the ghost. I'll have to keep practicing the Shangan name for the ghost, and it is because that the cub mortality is usually very high. But obviously we want to name the cubs as early as possible, so to make sure everyone has the same names, because we could just name them, but it's not guaranteed that the guides are going to keep the names, and it gets very confusing. So they've agreed that we can name the cubs, or whoever has got the privilege of naming the cubs. So everyone who sees them is going to suggest some names, and the person that can name the cubs, I think, is going to choose. I think light and dark has been put forward, because the female's quite dark and the male's quite light. I think the Shangan words for those. And Shangan is one of the languages that's spoken in this particular area. So many of the guides that you see are Shangan. Takes a minute. Still not really copying them too well. Cool, questions, here we go. Carry on. Interesting. Thanks, Vivian. I've not actually noticed. Apparently Vivian's saying that she's noticed that the white on the back of the ears looks slightly different between leopards, and maybe that could be a way to identify them. It could well be. We do actually see a lot of the back of the faces. Back of the heads. That could actually be. Thanks, Vivian. We need to keep an eye on that. And obviously all over the body as well, all the spots are different. And the reason why we use the face spot pattern is because you do look at the face a lot. But even the flanks and the belly and the body, the spots are all different. But sometimes it can be difficult to really see those differences. If the cat's lying down or standing up, they can change slightly or look slightly different. Whereas the ones on the head, you know, if you've got a side shot and a front shot, you can usually determine who it is. Left, right and front side. But that's quite interesting about the ears. Thanks for that. Vivian? Ooh. That's what I saw. I keep seeing lion heads. But they're not lion heads at all. Hi John, in Florida. I've been to Florida, in Orlando actually. I stayed on the Orange Blossom Trail and saw a space shuttle. I was very lucky, I was about 12. Always remember that. Well, welcome on board, John. Wondering, are we going to see, or is there a chance to see a honey badger tonight? And there is always a chance. They do live here. There is a possibility. And I would love to see one too. I am trying very, very hard to find one for everybody. There's been some guests that have stayed at Voyatella recently, but I'm not too sure exactly where the honey badger was seen. I am doing well in my termite rounds this afternoon. all different colours. But with it being overcast, there's also a possibility of seeing the honey badger run across the road or be foraging out and about this time of day. I saw 2 honey badgers when I was on leave, a little bit further north from here. And I think there's talk of them actually joining Kruger at some stage, which would be good. The fences between them and Kruger will come down. We saw 2 honey badgers at about 9-10 o'clock in the morning. And one stopped and looked at us, which was really awesome. So I would love to find your honey badger. Definitely going to try. Weaver's Nest Road, I think, is going to be one of those places we're going to try. And I think if someone can remember where Peter might have been, there was 2 honey badgers, and he said that they were using a den somewhere there. And it could have been the quarry down on Gary, Maine. But if anybody does remember exactly that location, maybe it's worth us trying there. They will move around from den site to den site, but if there's a known den site, it might be worth us checking there too. Which would be really cool. And if anybody was joining me this morning on Drive and was just like Joanne and shocked about the eyelashes on the ground hornbills, and as I say, I do remember seeing eyelashes on birds, but I couldn't for the life of me remember which birds I'd seen them on. So I started doing a little bit of research, and I was having quite a lot of fun with it. And on one website it says only the hornbills and I think some eagles, and possibly it said just the bald eagle, and the ostrich. The ostrich is another one I forgot. Has beautiful long eyelashes. But I remember seeing eyelashes on other birds, so I thought, well, let me just start trying to dig around a little bit. And the emus also have eyelashes. I worked with the emus. I do remember seeing eyelashes on the emus. There's quite an interesting website with hummingbirds. Hummingbirds also have eyelashes. Some vultures have eyelashes. And as I say, definitely some other eagles. I always thought owls had eyelashes, but I've been looking at some of the pictures and think maybe I've mistaken them. Amazon parrots, there's some that have eyelashes. And I think, sorry, I forgot who posted, but someone said that their pet red-faced conure has eyelashes, and I have also seen that other conures don't have eyelashes. I remember the sun conures that I used to work with didn't have eyelashes. So if anybody knows of any other birds that have eyelashes, please send it through, because I'd love to know what other birds, and I'm sure there's a few other people out there. But I did put the list on my Facebook page as well, and Joanne's Facebook page. Hope Joanne's watching. I hope you enjoyed it, Joanne, if you are. Missing what bird we had on Drive. There's a bird with a bright yellow breast, and apparently Mrs. B, Heather, was the one to guess it right this morning. It was a yellow-fronted canary, that we saw on Drive this morning. There's quite a few of them, make a small flock. We had that one on Drive this morning. Location. Too far back now. Always a problem with that bird. It might stick out in the open. Or a chegra. And I'm sure I remember seeing eyelashes on a peacock. But I might be mistaken with that one. But I'm sure I remember seeing them. Oh, and the secretary bird, that was another one I forgot. It's on the list. The secretary bird has a lovely set of eyelashes. And I think there's possibly more birds that just we haven't noticed have got eyelashes than they actually do. And I think they actually discovered the eyelashes on the hummingbird. They actually saw them on the pictures they took, especially when people start ringing the birds. In some places, the birds get ringed, a bit like an animal gets a radio collar on them. And when these birds pitch up with the different rings on the legs, either different numbers or different colours, then people can actually identify them. They can actually see where this bird travels and keep a tab of it, to keep a track of it, what it's doing. Thanks, Stacey. I was wondering about that. Apparently the rhea, the fourth largest bird in the world, also a flightless bird, looks a bit like a baby ostrich. But still, it's about as tall as me actually. Ostriches tower over me. They also have eyelashes, but I was looking at the cassowary, I didn't get as far as the rhea. I remember seeing eyelashes on one of them. Couldn't remember which one, so it was the rhea, not the cassowary. Thanks for that one, Stacey. The rhea from South America. Here. I've seen a honey badger around here before, so definitely keep your eyes peeled. It looks like vervet monkeys walked down here. Yay! Somebody's been picked up. Ephraim, come here. Ephraim, sorry, what do you have there? Copy. Is it possible for me to join you as well? The elephants that were trumpeting this morning, possibly, around Weaver's Nest Road. Let's make our way down that side. Oh, you're welcome, Joanne. Thought you might like that. Oh, hello, Niala. Very quietly. They're such beautiful ladies. like a tree with ears. So I think John's kicking us off this afternoon. So if anybody wants to send through what else you'd like to try and see on Drive this afternoon, let's see if we can go and find those things for you. And send through why you'd like to see it. So what you'd like to see and why you'd like to see it. And let's see how well we do. Although you can only ask for things that we find here. I'm going to give me a sporting chance at least. Cool. Let's see if we can catch up with those eddies. We're gonna take Vulture's Nest. Vulture's Nest. Yes, Vulture's Nest. I'm getting myself confused now. We're gonna take Vulture's Nest onto Twin Dams Road. Or even, actually no, let's take Chelham Pound onto Reaver's Nest to be slightly quicker. We're gonna walk down here as well. Nice one, Destiny. Big bird on Sesame Street has big eyelashes. Didn't think of that one. Nice one. So I was saying Cookie Monster's cookie. The piece of zebra dung I had for you this morning. And Linda in Hot Hot Dallas. You're definitely trying to make us jealous. Saying about the ostrich with the eyelashes there. They have a beautiful set. Might not have the largest brains. Definitely have one of the largest eyes of the birds. And a beautiful set of eyelashes to go with it. The eye is larger than the brain. Apparently the brain is supposed to be the size of a human adult's fist. So that's supposed to be the size of the brain of the ostrich. Apparently. Gives you an idea how big the eye must be. That is true. But I'm not 100% sure if that is true. Maybe someone can check it out for us. Is that fact or fiction? Nice one. Maybe one day, Mr. B. Wanting to see Cameron Diaz, but I don't need to know the reason why. Otherwise, a Marshall Eagle. But I said you had to give me a sporting chance. But maybe she's here on holiday. Who knows? Maybe we'll see her on one of the vehicles. You never know. But I'll certainly keep a lookout for the mile Fran. You're doing your exercises. Sure, quite adamant he's going to do his exercises. Yep, you're going to go off there? You never know. But I'll certainly keep a lookout for the Marshall Eagle. That'd be nice to see actually. We haven't seen one for a little while. Hey little Natal Franklin, you're doing your exercises. Sure, quite adamant he's going to do his exercises. Yep, you're going to go off there? No? Yes? No? No, still in the road. Move out my head out the way, you might be able to see him. There's people that have never seen and tell Franklin before. I don't know if he's going to stop. Let's see. He's quite adamant. We can maybe quickly zoom in on him. Yeah, that looks like a nice place for you to dive off. We're able to zoom in on him. Just in case there's anybody on board that hasn't seen a Natal Franklin before. You should be able to see the bright orange beak and orange legs quite nicely, and they're quite dark all over. Slightly larger than the crested Franklin we see a lot. We saw them this morning. That's a bit cruel, Debbie. Dare I repeat it? I'm going to have the guys up in arms. Let me saying, just like guys, eyes bigger than their brain. Or maybe it would be fair to say eyes bigger than the belly. My eyes are definitely bigger than my belly, and I've really got to get out of the habit of that. Oh, okay. Complaining now. Sorry, Franklin. It's funny though, these ground birds, the guinea fowl, the Franklin, they all insist on running rather than flying. Marshall Eagle, Marshall Eagle. Southern black tit calling. It's going to be just a little bit too far away for you to hear on the microphone. Sadly, definitely listen out for the birds calling because they might actually signal there's an eagle around. So we're on the lookout for a Marshall Eagle so far and a honey badger. So afternoon. Ah, Dolly now. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you, Dolly. Wanting to see a bush baby? You haven't seen one on drive yet? Sure. We had a beautiful one, and I must admit, I love the picture. I forget who posted it now on Facebook, but there was a picture of the little bush baby that we found, and it was in between the fork of the tree, and it was sitting in the fork of the tree, like the fork of the tree was just like this sort of angle. A little bush baby sitting there, and the picture that was taken, it actually looks like a reptile, a dinosaur's eye. It's amazing, and if you look close, you can actually see the head of the bush baby. It is brilliant. It was a great screen capture.
Yeah, go ahead.
Charlie the Tuna, long time no hear. How are you? Hope you're well. Wanting to see some dwarf mongoose. We did see some this morning sunning themselves. Maybe a little bit cold to see them now. Maybe we've gone underground already. We'll definitely keep a lookout for them. So Charlie the Tuna, wanting to see some dwarf mongooses. Have a look here on the termite mound. We may be lucky. We may just catch some scurrying around. So bush baby for Dolly now. We may have to wait a little bit longer to see a bush baby Dolly. They tend to be, I've seen them just as the sun's setting out in the open. Otherwise they do tend to be quite hello impala. I don't think we've seen any impala this afternoon. Just in case we have any new viewers on board. So a quick hello to the impala. Another beautiful antelope from South Africa here. And a few males, few females there. Males are the ones with the horns, females without. Still haven't found out if there's a reason for the black spot. A couple of people have asked about that. Just in front of their hind leg on the belly. But the black spots on the back of the legs you might just be able to see as they're walking right down towards the hoof. That's a gland, a metatarsal gland. It's not really known on other antelope. And as they kick their legs, it's thought that a chemical is given off for other impala to follow. Unfortunately, that grass is just a little bit long to see it now. There was a couple that you could see just as they were walking away. They are a beautiful antelope. Let's leave them to their feeding. Sorry, can you repeat that? Last station, what do you have on Gary, Cookline, Mr. Cookline? Okay, sorry Phil, I thought you said you had something there. I'm not with the Mampim Pans if you're looking for the Mampim Pans. I'm on my way to see there's some in Glove on Weaver's Nest Road, Treehouse somewhere around there. Ah, I see a couple there. I see some elephants. Oh, we're getting a little bit of break up there. Ah, hi Kim. Good afternoon to you. Kim wanting to know why don't we have any springbok here and where's the closest springbok? And they tend to prefer the grasslands, the open plains. We don't really have large open plains here. We don't really have the right habitat for them here. Even Kruger's not really the right habitat. Just want to see which way they're going to go. Oh, there we go. Got one next to the road here. There, little one. There's a couple more in there. Looks like they're basically moving this way. Hey little boy, what you doing? Thanks for the lock, hey? Thanks for Karula. My radio was completely dead in that area. Yeah, oh, we were getting... I bet. No, thanks, eh? You wanted to come this way? Do you want me? I'll just move back for you. Oh, it's fine. I'll just pull back here. It's fine. We're just going to pull back a little bit. Let's put it back in here. Oh, it looks like there's quite a big bull up ahead of us as well. I can smell him. There's a couple of ladies there that look like they're in estrus. Yeah, it's quite a relaxed herd here. Hello, mister. Oh, this one's got a tusk missing. Hello, little one. I bet we smell funny, hey? Sure, this is a big boy coming through, and I think we have seen him before. He's actually missing part of his left tusk. Wow, he's huge. Good afternoon, mister. Wow. There's a bit of a cut on his back. Hello, beautiful. I'm actually going to go and check to see if this female's an estrus. Touching the genitals there. And there he is, he's urinating. And she's playing hard to get. Baby's actually, you can't quite see it, baby too. And the smaller one I think is probably about 3 or 4 years old. The large one maybe about 6. Maybe 7 years old. And this boy, sure, difficult to say. You can see the dents on his head, and not that deep. As they get older, the dents get deeper. So you can't always go off of the tusk size and the tusk length. He's got some huge tusks. I don't know, maybe he's about a 25, 30-year-old, something like that. Maybe a little bit older. So those tusks look like they've had quite a bit of growth. Maybe about 35 at a push. Might get a better idea, because it could be that the way that we're looking at him, those dents don't look as deep as maybe what they are. He's quite a relaxed bull though. You can see just right to the left of his head, the fork-tailed drongos. Follow the elephants constantly, and other animals when they can, looking for any insects that might get disturbed by the elephants moving. You see the beautiful long eyelashes on an elephant. And they're going to help protect their eyes when they do put their heads into the bushes, as well as from insects and things like that. And remember, that's going to be the difference between the birds and the mammals. The mammals' eyelashes are going to be hairs, whereas the birds, they're going to be modified feathers. Thin feathers and hair are both made of keratin. There is going to be a slight difference there between the two. You can even see the ears and the hair inside the ears, also protecting the ears. That cut on his rump might just be something to do with having a fight with another bull. Maybe just caught him. Turn around and see if we can catch up with the herd. Doesn't look like there's anyone else coming this side now. Again, Stacy. Just check this bull crossing the road. Oh, I've just been a little bit too late. Ah. I'm hoping you actually saw him dwarf that female though. He's quite a tall elephant. Maybe not as tall as some other bulls that we've seen, but they're going for that one. Let's just move a little bit further down the road. He's moving into the bush now again. Stacey wanting to know, when do the tusks start to grow on an elephant and when do they stop, if they do? Elephants have two sets of tusks. They have the milk tusks, which tend to start growing straight after birth. But you don't see them. I'm just going to stop here because this little one might just get a little bit of a fright. You can see he's actually using his foot to try and dig into the ground. And they'll probably fall out after about a year and a half or so, when the permanent tusks start to erupt. And in females, it's about, if I can get it the right way round, It's 18 months, I think, in females and 27 months in males that the permanent tusks start to erupt. Hello. Okay, you're putting us in our place. He's trying to dust himself. I think that's why he's kicking up the dust. Ah. And they will grow throughout their life. They'll carry on growing, and they tend to have a growth spurt right towards the end, especially in the males. You get these huge tuskers. I'm just going to pull forward again, because our bull is actually following the female. So hopefully, if I pull forward, we can keep an eye on our little bull, and keep an eye on what our big bull is doing as well. Little bulls. He's following her. You see the little one smelling him. You're able to see that. Oh, he's moving off now. That little baby that's just in the left was smelling the big bull. I'm just going to keep moving forward because there's another elephant here. So much happening all over, and I don't think we've got your first name. Kaplan, I think. Kaplan. What are they eating? Are they fussy eaters? And this time of year they're going for roots, and that's one of the reasons why we're seeing them pushing trees down and then digging for the roots. You see the elephant now digging with its foot. It's going to be in a slightly awkward position. I wonder if I can move forward slightly. I don't know if we're going to see just past the tree there. Oh, it's still going to be in the tree. So we're going to see them eating roots. There's not really any berries for them to eat now. The lush greenery has probably lost a lot of nutrients now. It's winter. We're still seeing them eat some of the grasses, almost like the hay. It'll have a hay feel to it and hay taste to it now. They are still eating that. But they can be quite picky eaters, and depending on the areas that they live in and what's available, you will see elephants having a different diet. Elephants in my old reserve didn't have access to some of the trees that these elephants will have access to. And they would actually choose trees that these elephants would probably turn the trunks up at certain times of the year. Like the gardenia in particular, they would actually eat the gardenia, whereas here you don't really see them going for the gardenia. You see them going for a lot of the bush willows, the teaks. You see the youngster actually learning what to go for and how to get it. Also taking a piece of root. Its siblings digging up. Probably a sibling, or at least a relation. You might even see them using the tusk if they've got a particularly stubborn root, so you might just see it just using the tusk there. I think it's a young bull actually. Looks like a young bull. Sure, that looks like a good bit. Hi Alexi! Good afternoon to you from Kazakhstan. Wanting to know also how old that bull is. Let's say the grooves on his head didn't look that deep. So I'm anywhere I think between late 20s into its 30s. Hello lady. I've got another female coming out on the left hand side here. And Darcy, good afternoon to you, Darcy. Wondering if the broken tusk. Oh, there's the wildebeest up ahead. No, buffalo. I was going to say I've not seen the wildebeest here before. The buffalo walking away there. Wondering if the broken tusk of the bull is going to grow back, and it will keep growing from the mouth, from the root outwards, but it won't grow from where the break was. So that's the only thing that's throwing me is the tusk. The tusks look quite long and large on the elephant, but as I say, you can't always go by the tusk size. Some tusks grow quicker and larger and longer than others. Oh, check, there's a little elephant going to try and reach up for the branches in front of us. You might actually see how... Oh, no. Keeping an eye on the buffalo behind it, I think. You might just see how an elephant reaches the tops of the trees. I'm just chasing the buffalo. Yep, there he goes. There we go, there we go. Hi Dawn. And just picking up what I was saying earlier, you could actually smell the bull earlier, and just wondering what I meant by that. And it's quite a musty smell. It's quite a sweet musty smell, but very strong when the bulls are in must. You can still smell the elephants. Hello lady. Here comes the rest of the herd. Apparently somebody has found something really good here. Look at this. Shame, all the hard-earned roots that he's managed to get are now being taken over by others. Shame. But as I say, the females definitely do have a different smell to the males, especially when they are in must. And when they're in must, they dribble urine all down the legs, which is what you can smell, and it's usually a very, very strong smell. Oh, I missed that. Something must have hurt, but I didn't see what it was. Oh, apparently you can see the older calf actually jabbing the other one in the rump. You can see much older member of the herd taking over. So babies are left to play now. Apparently that is a very good piece of root to have. Hi, Animal Lady, and welcome to all our new viewers this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the Ellies, and hopefully you're able to see Karula and the cubs a little bit earlier on this afternoon. And I was hoping maybe our bull might have come back this way, and I'm just wondering if he has followed that cow. And a cow will wander off from the herd if she is wanting to mate. Especially in more experienced cows, she'll tend to wander off from the herd and entice the bull to follow, kind of thing. And I wonder if that's what's happened. I'm still hearing a few of the trees breaking over the side. Now, what we're seeing in front of us is probably a family unit, and you've probably got maybe a mother with her daughters and maybe their daughters and sons. So they all seem to have just come together, so could well be they're all related. And that's your basic family unit of an elephant. And then these family units join together to make much larger herds. Sometimes you can reach up to a few hundred or so. And then sometimes these little family units break away even to just the mother with her calves. But they may still be in contact over a distance. It's wonderful to see how relaxed they are this afternoon. There was one cow that wasn't too sure of us, but the other cows seem to be fairly relaxed, and the youngsters are also picking up on that. There's actually one of the youngsters coming pretty close to us again, just in front of us. I don't think we're going to be able to see him. He's just behind the bushes there. Might be able to see him. There he is. You can see when the baby's lying down. Don't know if you saw it, actually you could see the back legs crossing. Playtime. That's just inviting trouble. Hi, Simply Chris. Welcome on board in Illinois. And is there a comrade with you as well? Good afternoon to you. Wondering how old the baby Ellies are. Oh. I'd say that one's probably about a year and a half. Year and a half old, maybe 2 years. And there was a slightly large one, probably about 2.5. And the one that's lying down that was inviting the trouble. It was probably about 4 or 5. It's quite a large Ellie. You can just about see the tusk poking through there as well. We are starting to lose the light. And I just want to see if that bull is around still with the cow. I'm going to say goodbye to this wonderful group of elephants. Thank you, ladies. This little one is still trying to intimidate the buffalo up ahead. I'm gonna go running off to Mum when all ends in tears. If I can actually stop here, might just be able to see him. The buffalo really not caring. They did that time. Even though you're actually hearing the pearl-spotted owl call, I think that's actually the drongos that are calling. The drongos, those little black birds that I was pointing out earlier, and they're fantastic mimics. And I think they are actually mimicking the pearl-spotted owlet call. Oh sure, somebody's not happy. I think that was one of the Ellies. That's possibly the bull. I'll move on just a little bit. Hearing vegetation breaking. You hear the branch breaking somewhere over there, somewhere opposite us. I think that's some of the rest of the herd there. It's going a little bit. Yep. Hi, Rosie. Yeah, it's funny that one, Rosie. I kind of wondered the same thing. It smelt like he was actually must, and I wonder if he's just coming into must. But yeah, you're right. His temporal lobes didn't look like they were. Didn't look like they were weeping. There was a large log there. He was just coming into must. So he was taking quite a big interest. So I just want to poke my head in here and just see my nose in, just while we have still just a little bit of light. Lalani, good afternoon to you. Wanting to know, do elephants go to the same spot to die? And that is a bit of a myth, the elephant graveyards. It's possible that they come from areas where older elephants tend to go where there's softer vegetation. They tend to go to where the rivers are, where the softer vegetation is, and if they do die and animals come and eat the flesh and the bones are just left, those bones, it's possible for them to be carried away eventually by the river, and these rivers may converge at some stage, and it's possible, unfortunately we are losing the light a little bit too rapidly now. Oops. Just see if we can hear them. I was hoping if they were just in here we might actually be able to see what's going on, because it's fairly open here. So we have been hearing this call quite a bit. But it's not like a trumpeting call. And I wonder if it may have something to do with female, maybe when she's in estrus. And so there was a couple of cows definitely in estrus here. And this would be the first time I've actually seen a male who's not fully in must take an interest in females who are in estrus. It's going to be quite interesting. But I think we're going to have to, unfortunately, pull it there because it is getting a little bit dark now and the bush in there is a little bit thick. So it's one thing... Sorry? Oh, that was a worm. Okay. So it's one thing to go and have a look during the day. It's quite another when it's at night and it's in thick bush. I was hoping maybe if it's here we might actually be able to see what's going on. Because usually it's the bulls that are in musk, they get attracted to the females who are in estrus. And all the bulls that we have seen so far with the females, they have been bulls in must. Maybe if he's just have to meet up with them, maybe with the females being in estrus, maybe it'll bring him into must. And must is when male elephants have a heightened level of testosterone in their body, which makes them highly aggressive, and they outcompete, or they become more dominant to males who aren't in must, regardless of how big they are or how strong they are. If they've got a small elephant who's in must, then he becomes a lot more aggressive, and he'll stand his ground against a fairly big bull sometimes. And bulls do tend to sort of give way to them. So I think that sound's going to have to remain a mystery again. Hi, Debbie. Oh, there's some more elephants. I'm not going to. Let's see if maybe that bull's with them. I'm not going to be able to put the spotlight on them. Elephants are not a great lover of spotlights. Might be handy just to see. To see them at all? I don't know if we're going to be able to see them or not. We can give it a go, but it might just be a little bit too dark. No. She's moving into the bush. I can't see the male with her. My favourite animal to see on drive. I think for me definitely the leopards, because I haven't seen leopards until really working here as much as I have seen here, and I've learnt so much about leopards just from observing them and just being them around them a lot. And the more that we see them, the more that we learn, the more I want to know about them. So I think those are the two of the animals that I really enjoy seeing. But I enjoy seeing all the animals and seeing the behaviour and interaction, and even there's another elephant there. Sure, there's a lot of elephants around here. But even the elephants, and again we did have elephants where I used to work, but not in the great numbers like this, so I'm still learning a lot about the elephant interactions as well. I say that's why it was quite interesting tonight to see the big bull following the female and testing her genitals to see if she's an estrus. We got carried away with the youngsters with the root on the tree. So it'd been nice to have seen how that one played out. Hoping they were going to stick around, and I was watching them for a little while. Nothing else was going on. He was actually feeding for a little while. Hi Emma, welcome on board from England, my country of origin. I hope you're well, Emma. I'm wondering how many leopards live together. And leopards are generally a solitary cat. They tend to be on their own, unless the female's with cubs or a male is mating with a female, but otherwise they do tend to be loners. Although sometimes you will get them coming together on a carcass, maybe even relatives coming together, maybe not interacting, but coming together and almost acknowledging each other. Well, sometimes acknowledging each other, sometimes not. That one there, it's still there. The stations left the Schlamby of and Glove open lock south of Treehouse Dam. Gary, Maine, and then we'll go up Vulture's Nest, maybe on to quarantine area. And we're still on the lookout for a honey badger. We're still on the lookout for bush baby. There we go. I just had a mind block then. Okay, this is the quarry that I was talking about. Look around here. Alexi, and wanting to know, is there any scientific research conducted? And there is. You do have researchers researching a number of things, from when the best time to burn an area. I think there's actually just on the Kruger boundary to the Savi Sands, there's some patches there that have been burnt, and I think they're actually monitoring the growth of the bush and how quickly it grows back and things like that, and they burn them at different times to see the different rates. You have the ecologists, there's a lot of ecologists in the Savi Sands and also in Kruger, spotted dog, hunting dog researchers, cheetah researchers, the lions, the buffalo, the elephants all being studied as far as I know. I think here in the Savi Sands the pangolin was being studied at one stage. I don't think you could actually say that we're studying the animals to a certain degree. So we're not doing a formal write-up of it or anything, but just following some of these animals as much as possible and learning a little bit more about their behaviour and things like that, I think. So we've really learnt a lot about certain behaviours of animals, and what we've seen here for animals here sometimes is not seen elsewhere. I'm hearing a bush baby. Bush baby, where are you? There's bush baby. I wonder if we can get it on camera. I don't particularly want to move the vehicle. There's two of them in that tree, right in the middle of the spotlight. I can hear them. There's one right in the middle of the spotlight there, just at the top of the tree. There's another one there actually. On the branch itself. Yeah, on the branch itself. There we go. There's a bush baby ear. There's a bush baby. think they're having a dispute. I don't know, is that sound coming over the microphone?
No,
Oh.
not really.
Oh, it's like a.
You still see him?
Yeah, just in the middle of the spotlight. He's climbing up the branch again. And there's two of them. There's one actually further up. You might be able to see the one further up. Just at where it forks. There. There you go. There's another one just there. I'm just about to see the tail. Sure, it's chattering away. I wonder if this could be an intruder. There's the other one. There's two in the screen now. There's one right at the bottom of the screen. That seems to be the one that's calling, and then the one just in the top right of the screen. And it's the one at the bottom. You might just be able to see the mouth moving. So there you go, Dolly. Hopefully you're still watching. There is your bush baby, or Galago, however you want to say it. And they are highly territorial little creatures. I say that one is really quite upset. It's still calling. And one of the reasons why they are called a bush baby, it's because they do sound sometimes that they actually crying like a baby. It's quite loud. That's one of the many calls that I've heard them. That little yip 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 yip. Sounds like a squeaky toy. Oh, she's settled down now. There's another bush baby that you can get, the thick-tailed bush baby. Much larger than this one. I'm actually not so sure if it occurs here. It might do. Just don't see it very often. And apparently along the Sabi rivers and the Sand River, but not out here. Very primitive primates. Primitive, just like the lemurs on Madagascar. Yeah, having a look at us. Oh, there it is. There's the other one joining it. So maybe there was something else. Maybe there was a snake or something in the tree. She's quiet now. Unfortunately, the time for dwarf mongoose has passed. But maybe we'll have some luck with the white-tailed mongoose, one of the relatives. We are going to head up towards the quarantine area. Unfortunately, no martial eagle either, Mr. B, but I'll keep trying. Let's leave the bush babies for now. And carry on our search for honey badger. station on Gary May? Which station on Gary May?
It's a long road, whereabouts?
It looks like just by Baboon Pan.
You guys got something there?
I don't, but I was just wondering if they do.
Nah, nothing's been called in there.
There's something up ahead. Copy that, thank you.
Anything happening that side tonight?
I don't know if you know about the end of Lava just by Treehouse Dam. Karula went north into Buffalo, left the Mumpin Pans.
Ah, cool, thank you.
So I don't know if you got the last part of the message. Karula left the Mumpin Pans just by the gate, apparently.
Hey, okay, thanks.
Oh, let's see who owns... Oh, it's an Impala. Who owns the car? Okay. Try Weaver's Nest Road. Maybe look around Chillapan. But I thought I saw some honey badger tracks here this morning, but I couldn't see them too well. I wonder if anybody came back with any more birds with eyelashes. Oh, hello, hyena. Sorry. Oh, and there's another hyena in the road. And this almost looks like our female with the 2 notches in her right ear. I wonder if it is her. And here comes the other one. Ooh. Somebody...
Keep going. No, other way.
Oh,
There was.
there's something in here that just chased the hyenas.
Yeah, that way.
Did you see what it was?
I saw something running.
Sorry?
Yeah, I did see something. I didn't know
How
what it was
big?
as it went.
Did it look big or small?
Well, not small.
Not small. Well, the hyenas are back. Oh, the hyenas are there. Liv wanted to see hyenas in the den. Well, we went there this morning. I was hoping to maybe get there. Got sidetracked by the elephants. See, this is what makes hyenas, I think, very successful. Their curiosity knows no bounds. At least we get to see some hyenas for you, Liv, and I think it is our female. Her fur seems to be much shorter. I wonder if it was a buffalo. Could it have been a buffalo, do you think?
No, it's smaller than a buffalo.
Smaller than a buffalo.
Bit lighter in colour, 'cause I could see it there.
And maybe it was a kudu. Could it have been a kudu? I think possibly just the rustling of the bush spooked them. Let's see if I can reverse it a little bit. Maybe whoever it was might have just be standing now. We saw a little bush baby just jump out the way of the hyena. Just, there's quite a few. Looks like impala in there. Maybe it was a kudu or something. I'd say it was smaller than a buffalo, but light in colour. Oh, okay, so it might have been the impala. It could have been the impala then. Yeah, there's a few eyes back there, so it could have been the impala. Maybe just movement, just spooked the hyena. Yeah, actually, you might be able to see them. Oh no, bush baby moved. Bush baby was still sitting on the branch. It moved. I've never heard that yet. It stumped me. Ed, wanting to know, good afternoon, good evening, good morning in New York. Wanting to know about the toilet claw in the bush baby. Apparently you were looking up bush baby and you saw the toilet claw. And that was the first time I've heard that from a bush baby. Now I do know that the bush babies urinate on their hands and they run along the branches, mark the territory with the urine. A little bit like the rhino does when he kicks up his dung in his midden and has a scent on his feet and walks and marks his territory in much the same way. Spider monkeys also do that from South America. That's why you don't particularly want a spider monkey as a pet unless you want urine everywhere. Oh, not a spider monkey, squirrel monkey, sorry. Hold on a minute, that doesn't sound quite right. Squirrel monkeys, those cute little, like this sort of size monkeys. Okay, badgers, you can make an appearance now. Here. So, I shall have to do a little bit of digging. Unless anybody has heard of that, maybe you can send through and help us out. Has anybody heard about toilet claw on a bush baby? So it's the first time I've heard of it. Thanks, Mr. B. This is the beginning about the eyelashes on the birds, saying that the grand hornbill and the ostrich have them. Yeah, I managed to find a few other birds that have them, like the hummingbirds and some of the Amazon parrots, emus. We've got rhea from South America also has them. secretary bird. There's quite a number of birds with eyelashes. Red-faced conure apparently also has them. So if anybody wants to add to the list, if anybody does know of any more birds with eyelashes, then definitely let us know. Linda was sending through about the nightjar bristles, and some birds also have the bristle feathers, the modified feathers that are very, very thin as well, around the mouth, and they're for sensory purposes. Yep. Thank you. Rictor bristles. Forgot the name. Mark whispering in my ear there. Thanks, Mark. Rictor bristles. Thanks, Linda, as well. They just at the corners of the mouths, and it actually helps to funnel in the insects. Because if they feel that the insect's very close by, they can just quickly turn their head in the right direction. Ruby-crowned kinglet. I saw that name and I didn't get a chance to look it up. Thanks. So is that Stacey in Australia again? And what was the other bird? There was another bird there. The kinglet. Oh, the cuckoo. The cuckoo. The cuckoo? The cuckoo. The cuckoo. The cuckoo. One of the species of a cuckoo. Oh, vultures was also on the list there. To mention the vultures again. I do think so too. I think most birds have them and we just haven't noticed them before. I actually want to check the drongo. So I'm sure on my picture it looks like the drongo had eyelashes. I say, I remember seeing eyelashes on birds and I just couldn't remember for the life of me which ones. I think even the peacock does. Changing gear. Come on, Gunda Gunda. So still on the lookout for the white-tailed mongoose. Charlie the tuna. Sorry Charlie, I couldn't find a dwarf mongoose. I will definitely keep trying. I had one this morning, but it's not the best of days to look for dwarf mongoose. It tends like days where it's warmer. They're probably already under the termite mounds at that stage, or the steenbox. I'm just gonna quickly show you, but they are a diurnal antelope. We haven't seen the steenbox on drive. Have a quick look. There's two of them there. There you go. There's a little steenbok. Black on the nose, big ears. They do look like they're possibly looking out for something, so I'm not going to keep the light on them just in case there's a predator around. Little steenbok. So this is also a good area for looking for honey badgers. Around by the dam. Gallego shortcuts also another good one. be lucky with the white-tailed mongoose here. Oh, excuse me. I'm sure she does, Mr. B. Cameron Diaz has eyelashes. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have asked the guys if she's sitting on the vehicle. I'm not doing too well with my list today, am I? At least we found the bush baby. And the hyena, even though the hyena weren't at the den. The hyena for Linda. And actually, just going back to the question I had earlier, what animal do I enjoy seeing on drive? I think the dwarf mongoose has got to be up there as well. I've forgotten about them, but I actually really do enjoy seeing them and seeing their little antics and interactions there. Definitely one of those that's very, very interesting to watch. Definitely enjoy seeing all the animals and birds out on drive. I saw eyes. Oops. Oh dear, I think my clutch is going. Come on, clutch, you're gonna work. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can throw a bit of brake clutch fluid in. Oh, brake and clutch fluid, pretty much the same difference. I'll be back very shortly. Don't go anywhere. I think it does depend on how much we drive around. Stop and start. Gonna get an airlock. find that there's a lion just sitting right here. Okay. Is everybody back on? Awesome. Let me get them plugged in. Here we go. Just in case we've got anybody that's not been on board before, and wondering what we're doing with the spotlight, we're actually just seeing or looking for. Oh, there's something on there with the. Come on, Gunda, work with me here. We're looking for the shining back of the eyes of the animals, which will. It's just the impala. There was just a couple of eyes running, and then I saw a few others. So we're looking for that shine back of the eyes, and it's a layer at the back of the eyes, and you usually find it in the nocturnal animals especially. You do see the shining back of antelope and other animals too, and it helps them to have night vision. That layer almost increases the amount of light that their cells can detect, because they'll actually reflect that light back into the cells of the eye. The rod cells in particular, which is the black and white cells, very light sensitive. It just gives them slightly better eyesight in the dark. It's a tapetum lucidum. I've been practicing. Never get my tongue around it usually. Okay, Zoe's Road. I think we need to try. Johnny. Wanting to know, is there going to be a repeat of the chicken dance? It's so much about. Well, you know, it's got to be a drive where we've not really seen much. Fireside chats. Who knows? But the whole reason why it came about, I can't actually remember how we got there. But when we used to go out on camera, I was on camera for Mark. And we've been driving around. It was quite a cold day. I think it was actually this time last year. It was quite a cold day. We hadn't really seen too much. And and I started messing around a little bit on the back and started doing the chicken dance. So Mark dared me to do the chicken dance in front of the camera, so I took up that dare. He was supposed to do it with me, but he said not until we get 1,000 viewers on the Wild Earth page. So we might even have 1,000 viewers now, but he said he's sticking to his guns. Said only if it's on the Wild Earth page. But I think we still should hold him to that. He very nearly did it. If you saw... Oh, hello little nightjar. You'll be able to see him there. There we go. Just as I was talking about the bristles, I think it was Linda talking about the bristles. You can't really see them. Well, actually, no, you might be able to see them. You can barely make them out next to the base of the beak there. You see maybe just a couple of very thin feathers sticking out there. And I just saw the eyelashes. I'm sure I just saw eyelashes on the nightjar. Ah, there you go. So you can see the bristles just at the base of the beak. I'm actually just bouncing the light off the ground, so we're not blinding the little one. And they're the bristles that, when they open the mouth, they can actually open the mouth extremely wide. And that helps to funnel in the insects into the mouth. As I say, those bristles are sensory feathers, so they can actually feel where the insect has gone. So they can just turn the head very quickly and catch it. Okay, honey badgers, we found dung here before, we found tracks here before, so they have been seen, or signs at least have been seen in this area, so maybe we'll be hitting lucky here. That would be nice. Come on honey badgers, don't let me down. Giraffes have gone missing today. Saw enough of the tracks. We should at least bump into one or two of them. Maybe he's just sticking to the walk through the bush again. Sadly we did catch up with our rhino. Maybe tomorrow. fields of apples. We're going to make Rebecca's Road at least, I think. Have a look down Rebecca's Road as well. Oh! Well, we're here at Rebecca's Road. Let's see how far we get. No one came back about the toilet floor on the bush baby. So I shall do a bit of research and hopefully get back to you on that one. See if we can find out anything else about the toilet floor. Oh well, beaten by time. It's so not fair. But unfortunately, you're gonna have to say goodbye. So, oh dear. I didn't do too well, did I? 1 out of 5. Oops. Oh well, better luck next time. But I'll keep a lookout for those animals and hopefully you can be on board again. See if we do have some luck with the Martial Eagle, the Dwarf Mongoose and the other things. And maybe even Cameron Diaz, you never know. But thanks very much for joining us here on Wild Earth. It's been fun this afternoon. Hope you enjoyed the Ellies. They were quite interesting as well. And as I say, well, maybe we'll still find out what that strange noise is. I think it might have something to do maybe with the females and the males. So, strange noise, but who knows? But hopefully we can try and get to the bottom of it. My name's Tara, so I'm still trying to see where the camera is there. I'm blinding myself. But my name's Tara. Becky's been on camera. Mark's been back in front of control. And you've been watching Wild Earth here this afternoon. Join us again tomorrow, 6:30 Central Africa time, for our next live safari. But take care, everybody. Bye for now.